Well, there's a popular question these days that made the rounds for mixers and conversation starters and the like. And it goes like this: if you could have one superpower, what would it be? And then the answers usually revolve around the ability to fly or the capacity to teleport. The ability to fly usually centers on the desire to get from one place to the other, avoiding traffic and distractions that will slow us down, and it's usually related to an overcrowded schedule. People often say that flying would help with their own anxiousness and frustration because of people that are always in the way. The second is the ability to teleport anywhere that they'd like. To move from place to place effortlessly, to be present at everything necessary, from soccer games to dance recitals to award ceremonies, you name it. What's interesting of these superpowers land us with these non-transferable attributes of God, such as omnipotence and especially omnipresence, which says a lot about our desires and our frustrations with limits in particular. Now, while none of us can fly like Superman or teleport like Thor, God has given us a capacity that in our age of technology has become a superpower in and of itself. One that's easy to miss. It's called presence. Being present and locked in where you are. All too often we find ourselves acting as relational zombies, distracted by our phones, not fully alive or attentive to the moment. And we falsely believe that we're adept at multitasking, but the science is out on that. Multitasking is a myth. So the good news is you can be present. Present at work, while you drive, with your friends, and of course, with your family. We've been on a journey to put down our smartphones and to take our lives back. And the stories I'm hearing from many of you have been insightful and inspiring. Our latest challenge is to schedule at least 2 dinners around the table together. So how are you doing with that? There's something profoundly powerful about sharing a meal together. Much more happens than merely eating. Jesus knew this. He made it a habit to eat with others on the regular. He dined with his disciples. He ate with sinners. And perhaps his most famous dinner was around a table at the Last Supper. Throughout Scripture, meals are moments for connection and unity and hospitality and spiritual growth. And even modern research agrees. Recent studies show a strong link between frequent shared meals and increased happiness, better mood, and stronger family bonds. Families who eat together tend to even eat healthier, and they support each other emotionally and experience lower rates of depression and risky behaviors, especially among teens. Now, the caveat with this challenge is to not bring our smartphones to the table. Researchers are learning that merely having a phone out for others to see has a somewhat secondhand smoke effect relationally, where none are totally present. So leave those phones in the other room this week and enjoy a couple of meals together. What should you talk about around the table? Well, Hebrews 10:24 and 25 reads, "Let us think of ways to motivate one another to acts of love and good works. And let us not neglect our meeting together, as some people do, but let's encourage one another." So, what are you waiting for? Exercise the superpower of presence. Put down your phone and take back your life.